we are again on a Friday morning, or if you're not watching it on a Friday morning in our archives. And what I'd like to talk about today is weight loss, the child within us, and the power of food. You notice I didn't want to talk about weight loss. And simplistically, the reason for that is weight loss works. It will give us 15 pounds in 30 days minimum if we do the work. And so to talk about it is not going to move us forward. What is going to move us forward is having some insight into our personal makeup and to understand that the more integrated we are with ourselves, the more efficient, the more effective, and the more self-approval we're going to get. And the more I approve of me, the more you approve of you, the happier we are. You see, when we wake up in the morning and when we go to sleep at night, when we go into our heads, there's just the us that makes up you and the us that makes up me. Now, Freud said basic personality and character is developed by age 5. So there is a little boy in me, and if you're female, there is a little girl in you who's only 5 years old. Basic personality and character has been established, but they know nothing about the world we live in except on a very superficial, immediate response kind of way. I want to be happy. I'm going to say and do things to make me happy because it makes me feel good. And me as the adult want to be happy because it feels so good. But some of the happiness that that child is thinking of is going to be in conflict with the lifestyle and the person that I am as an adult. And if I don't talk to that child, and if that child doesn't talk to me, there's going to be a gap in communication. Now, get that child out of me, and all of the fun and joy in my life is gone. And I'm just a shell of myself that moves on without joy, without fun. On the other hand, that child cannot exist without me, the adult. It loves me unconditionally and wants me to be happy. How wonderful! But since it's a child, it does it its way. And its way doesn't always fall in comfortably in the environment in which we live. Here's where I'm leading you. I have begun anew, starting several months ago, to have conversations with little Charles. I'm trying to understand who he is. You see, he's lived with me for all of my 80 plus years, but he's a kid. So he looks at my life through a child's eyes. He doesn't understand all of the things that have gone on in my life and how they've impacted on me. And he hasn't any insight into the consequences of which I've learned about as I've moved on in life and my actions and behaviors have interacted with the world. So here's what I want you to do. One, I want you to communicate with that child. How? Have conversations with him. Ask him questions. He'll figure out how to answer you if you also play both parts. Play you and play that child. And just play with it and practice it for a while. Just to get into the comfort zone of having discussions with that child. And then I want to find a way for us to communicate, because we can then share our insights and grow together. What's the result? When I say to that child, I'm not cheating with food today, it's not going to be happy because it wants what it wants when it wants it. And that's as far as it goes. It doesn't want to wait. It's impatient. He wants it now. You need to do it now because I have perspective. The price is going to be too high. So let's get into the habit of communicating. And it's going to be difficult because we're going to resist. But if we do it again and again, maybe we're going to get it right. Thanks for listening.